going to quickly make an alternative version of this design. At the moment, you can see we've got the claws on the outside of the gems. I want to create a version where the claws are shared between the gems. I'm going to select my 4 parent piped pieces of geometry. I'm going to cell children and select all of those resulting pipes. Delete those. I'm going to select all of this and delete. And I'm left with my one single curve that I used to make the pipe at the end of this gem. So now I'm going to rotate from the world origin. I'm just going to rotate this to the right here, and you can see that's aligning between the 2 gems. I'm also going to turn off my shank and my annotations just to clarify things a bit more. And from here I can turn on my control points. I can just move this curve into place. I'm going to pipe this with a diameter of 0.9 millimeters. The cap is currently set to round. I'm going to set this back to flat. And now you can see that we've got our wire in place. Still needs to come in a little bit. So I can select those control points and just bring that in until we've got a slight bite into that claw by those gems. So I am now going to offset our gem profile curve. I'm going to offset this through a point. So just clicking this through point option, I'm going to hit the center or the end of our piped curve here. Then select that curve. I'm going to rotate. Copy equals yes from the world origin or 0. Holding down shift to constrain this to the right. Now I'm going to move this into position between the 2 claws, making copies as I go. And now I basically want to scale from the world origin, the tip of this curve here, to our offset profile curve. So scale 2D from world origin, from that tip there to our curve. Do the same thing with this one, world origin. And then this one here, scaling those up as well. And I can pipe those with a radius of 0.9. And you can see they're nestling in between those gems quite nicely there. So let me select all 4 of those. I can change the object layer. And I want to deselect the one on the right here. I'm going to quad mirror all of those. And the one on the right, I can just mirror across to the y-axis. So that is a nice looking cluster. Sometimes I prefer them with the claws on the outside. Sometimes I prefer them with shared claws. But either way, you now have the tools to be able to create this yourself. Now let's have a look at the shank here. The shank is sort of pushing a bit too far into that claw. We can just rotate this away. Copy equals no. Rotate this away from that claw just a little bit to give us a bit of breathing space. But we can definitely reuse the shank there. We're a little bit too far on the other side. So just drawing a line straight down. I can use that line to split our shank. Delete off our left-hand side, mirror the right-hand side across the y-axis, and then we can join those together. And then we have a very similar cluster, but with the different claw orientation.